Everything is energy, and you can work with that, especially as a witchy and highly sensitive ADHDer. Aloha, my beautiful ones, and welcome to my series, Surf Your Energy Wave, from overwhelm to self-trust, especially for witchy and highly sensitive ADHDers. And today we're going into energy wave number 2 with my favorite topic, and that is that everything is energy and we can actually work with it. Why do I get to that point? I want to roll back a little bit to my personal journey, where, I think I've probably told you, if not, I'm telling you today, that I came from, learning a spiritual path, still feeling like something, like I wasn't finding my, I'm going to call it my spiritual home yet. But I did find out by 2 different shamans together, or not. I think you can call the second one a shaman as well. Also, let's just call them spiritual teachers. They found out that I'm an empath back then, and I'm talking about way back at, I think it was 2009, 2010. There were no books about empaths like there are today. But that was my introduction into my weirdumness, because I felt everything and too much, right? So that was my walk into it, or my path. Or let's say that this is what gave me a certain direction that led me to learn even more about anything that had to do with energies, right? Because of course, being an empath, you're supposed to do that. And I remember on one of my journeys, I had already started to dive into, Hawaiian philosophies, going into, Ho'oponopono and all of those things, and also thinking about all the energy that comes with that. And I remember, one of the teachers that I was attending a course with, I remember her guiding us towards, to meet our own essence, and not just our own essence, but also, basically the creation of our own soul, meeting basically what you can call the parents of my soul, right? So I did that in that journey that I was attending, and I remember that I asked, like, what gift did you give me to bring to this earth? And I was told to bring this sentence: everything is energy, and energy can be moved. I know that nowadays you can probably hear it from other sources as well, because I it's not that, I don't want to say that, the unique point, because it's just a reality. That is what it means to be energy, right? And when I traveled to Hawaii last time in 2019, where I had, I remember that was sort of like a, coming full circle with the whole learnings that I had done before. And this is a story for some other time, where I'm going to tell you why Ho'oponopono is so much more than just the 4 sentences and just forgiveness. There's so much, it's a whole philosophy behind it, but that's something for some other time. For today, it's all about the energies. And this is one of the most amazing laws that I understood, because energy is guided by our attention. Don't get me wrong. I think it's in the Bible, but please, I don't want to, whoever it is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's there, where it starts about, first there was the thought, and then the world was created. And again, we're not going into religions. Please, we're here, whatever belief you have. But I want to take this sentence because for me, it represents the meaning of energy in general. And it's something that nowadays, with the whole physics, I mean, we're talking about Einstein and all the other physicists that there are out there that are more and more proving all of these, spiritual woo-woo things that we've been talking about. And this is one of the things, that energy follows our attention. That is, for me, one of the most important things to understand, especially for us ADHDers. And now, please, if you're going like, oh my God, but May, my thoughts are all over the place and I have so many bad thoughts. Trust me, I've been there. I felt bad for the form and kind of thoughts that I was having myself. So I do understand. This is just, so bear with me. Remember, this is a whole series. But bear with me with this point, because the thing is that for us, ADHDers, it's the same thing. But that's why it's even more important for us to understand. Trust me, it's not something that you're going to be doing from one moment to another. Just because I'm telling you right now, it's not going to change tomorrow right away. This takes practice. This takes time for yourself. And it always starts with allowing yourself to have thoughts the way they are, right? The thing is, there's this tiny nuance difference. If you have a thought that enters your system, right? It comes in. And are you able to just, let it go and go like, okay, that thought just passed by? Or is it a thought that sticks and starts going deeper and you start crawling your way, and it helps you crawl deep into a hole? Because we have that. And as ADHDers, we also have daydreaming, right? And you can daydream beautifully positive things, right? But I know that this is one of the points where a lot of, ADHDers are probably going to be going like, May, I'm an ADHDer. My thoughts are all over the place. How am I supposed to, do this? And this is something that we will talk about more in this series as well. Or better said, the how is going to, right now I'm building our ADHD circle inside of our cyber coven, to have a special circle for those of you who want to get more hands-on into this whole, thing, to learn, how to do that. But for now, I just want you to understand that this is a powerful tool that you have. But please, right now I'm introducing this idea to you because I know it needs more, more detail to it. I want you to understand that this is completely free of blame. There's no blaming for, oh my God, my thoughts and my feelings and my energy and everything. No, we're not doing that. I just want to show you, to share with you the possibility that is out there. And if you bear with me, you can learn for yourself to use this knowledge to transform your own energy, right? And I want to give you this example because I think this is one of the deepest and hardest, but also sometimes easiest. And I'm saying it this way because it is. There's moments where this is super easy to change, to shift, and there's moments where this is super hard, right? But just to give you, you've probably heard the whole story about, the two wolves, or if you remember way back when, we used to talk about the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder, and both of them trying to fight over your attention, right? So for which one do you decide? I want you to take this very, very normal, let's put it, very belief. Let's use this belief. Maybe if you resonate with this, if not, please find one that resonates with you. But let's say, my whole ADHD is keeping me away from having a normal life. This is the attention. Where do you have your attention? Your attention is at you not having, for whatever reason, in this case, of course, you're giving the reason that it's your ADHD, but because of that, you're not able to lead a normal life, which per se is not bad. The question is, you would like to have a normal life, right? So what, and this is a whole discussion of what is a normal life, but where I want to take you is basically you might be feeling that whatever your ADHD is doing with you is something negative that is not making you happy, right? Because you can't, maybe you can't focus, maybe maybe you're never on time, and because of that, friends are making fun of you because you're always late or something like that, right? So you focus on the faults that come from your ADHD. So where is your energy going? To that ADHD is something bad, that ADHD is an illness, that ADHD is something that is very bad for you. Now, if you shift that energy, right? Energy follows your attention. If you shift your attention to all the good things that your ADHD has, that, for example, maybe, I don't know if you're a self-employed ADHDer or one that works for someone, but, in whichever point, because you have your ADHD, you can sense pretty quick, you can find solutions faster than other people. Because I know there's also highly sensitive people out there, because of your highly sensitivity, you can scan a room faster than other people. You can actually feel, the temperature of the room, meaning that because of that, you can actually support other people in a different way. Because of your ADHD, for example, because you have those hyper focuses to find solutions, right? What if that's actually a very good thing to have, right? So this is shifting your perception, your attention from something negative to something positive. And I'm not saying, please, I don't want you to go woohoo, right? No, please find whatever is the next best positive version for yourself to understand. I have a very ambivalent, relationship with gratefulness journals, but that's one of the reasons why they work so good, because they shift your focus from all the negative stuff and you shift them to something positive, right? So your energy follows your attention. And this is something, again, it takes practice. Some people learn it faster, some people take longer. For us ADHDers, use whatever you want as reminders. I love that nowadays we have cell phones where you can actually use, alarm clocks that you can give names, right? And give them names to, wherever you are, to shift just a little bit, just a little nudge. Shift whatever you're thinking about, shift it into a little slightly positiver way. Or, if you're a Post-it person, I don't have Post-its right now, but yeah, if you're a Post-it person, put Post-its there. Or what I love to do sometimes is use backgrounds on either my laptop or my cell phone, so that I can use that as little reminders to remember to shift, to remember that energy follows your attention. And why I say this is so important, especially for us ADHDers and sensitive ones, we have the daydreaming in there, right? That's one of our best, traits that you can have, because, what have you been doing right now? You have been daydreaming about, some situations that might be in the past, or you are anxious about some situation in the future. But now imagine using that in those moments to think about something positive, to think about, or to dream about something positive. If it's something in the past, imagine a positive outcome. Or if you're, being anxious about a conversation that you are going to have in the future, think about the positive outcome there as well. And that just shifts your energy. So if there's anything that could have happened for now, for you, hopefully, with today's episode of this series, I hope that you're taking away this, the power you have, because everything is energy and you can control it. Well, control is probably the wrong word, but you can guide it with your attention. So take this question with you for this week. Where is your attention going? Just ask yourself that. Where is your attention going? Let me know either in the comments of the video or, reply to my newsletter if you are reading it there. Let me know how this shifts your perception this week. And if you feel like it, I hope you might feel like joining me tonight at 21 Central European Time, 21 CET. Because we're still in winter time. At 21 CET or CEST, depending on what time zone and whether it's summer or winter when you're listening to this. Every Sunday, I meet up with you on YouTube, on my YouTube link. I'll link it below. I meet up with you on my channel to guide you on a spirit journey so that you can meet up with your spirit guides, whichever they are. We're talking ancestors, magical beings, your spirit guides, really like the guides, the healers that are out there supporting us. This is a circle that I've opened up for us witchy and highly sensitive ADHDers every Sunday, same time, 21. And yeah, I hope you want to join me one day. And other than that, if you feel like it. And if not, I hope that you'll tell me a little bit about how this shifted for you by replying to this mail or putting it in the comments of the video.